How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how to change how you view the world so that you can receive it in a positive way. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive place. So just imagine yourself being surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It can have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go and take another deep breath in. And out. So your perception, how you see something, is how you receive it. You are an observer and creator of your experience. So how you observe something is how you're going to create the experience that you have. This is why the thoughts that you have or the frequency that your mind is set on, when we talk about our mindset, you separate those words. So your mind, how you observe and process everything in this experience, and then the frequency it's set on, you do that by using certain words, certain beliefs about self. You see, you live your life and people tell you things, whether it's your parents, school, the church, whatever, they tell you things. You read things, you learn things, you hear things. You do things, you succeed, you fail, you struggle, you do things with ease. You're going to create beliefs about yourself, and these become powerful I am statements in which you perceive the world in. Your beliefs on yourself are how you perceive the world. Because your perception, how you perceive something, even yourself, is how you receive it, meaning how you receive yourself. That's why the saying, the world is not as it is as you are, is so important. So if you want to change to a positive frequency, and positive doesn't mean good, positive just means you're highest, it's up. If you want to change to a certain frequency that you can perceive the world that way and then receive it that way, you have to change your belief in self. You have to change your I am statements. So an I am statement is saying, I am blank. You are saying, I am this. And then when you make it a full statement, you add more to it. So one that I love is, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. I've used it many times in explaining. I have really adhered to that many times. And then there's been times where I've fallen away from it. And you see, when you say, I am blank, and I do blank, and then you take the action of the opposite. So if you go to a restaurant or if you're at home and you're eating something that's not good for you and you know it's not healthy, but you say in your mind, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions, as you're eating the thing, you will feel the push. You will feel that opposite feeling. Like when you take two magnets, and not when they don't attract, but they push away, you'll feel that to the action you're taking. So you have two choices when you do that, when you truly are saying these thoughts. So really paying attention to it as you do it. You either have to remove the thing that is not in alignment with how you're thinking, or you have to change the way you're thinking to be in alignment with what you're doing. And most of us change the way we think based upon what we're doing so that we can create that ease. So if you do something that's bad for you, that brings you down, you're probably going to think in a way that's negative and brings you down because it'll still bring ease. If you grew up in an environment that was harmful, you may find yourself staying in that environment because it's comfortable even though you know it's not good. It's the same thing. The action will align with the thought. You get to choose either one. So you can change your thought and then find the action to align with it, or you can change the action or find the thought that aligns with it. So picking positive I am statements is extremely valuable. It's extremely, extremely valuable. In fact, the one I would recommend that most people start is that one. I am healthy and I make healthy decisions, because it applies to everything. It applies the way you think. It applies the way you treat people. It applies the way you eat, drink, wake up, sleep, move, exercise. All of it is applied when I say I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. If you were to say that, what in your life would change so that the action aligned with the thought? Like, think about that for a minute. If you were going to say all day, you had 100% commitment to this, you could not miss, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. You can think right now, you can close your eyes and imagine all the things that you do that do not align with that statement. Now imagine what would happen to your life if you continued to think that thought over years and you only took action that aligned with the thought. What would your life be? You would then create a life that is that thought. And you can apply this to anything. Imagine if every day you said, I am wealthy and I make wealthy decisions. You might say, well, I don't know how to be wealthy. I wouldn't even know what, eating healthy, that makes sense, but I don't know how to get wealthy. What would I do? Well, if your statement in your mind is, I am wealthy and I make wealthy decisions, if you don't know how to make wealth, then a wealthy decision would be to learn how to make wealth. And so you would start putting your energy into learning what wealth is, learning how to make that happen. And then that would start to move into actions that make it happen in your reality. All by saying those thoughts. So what would change over a span of 10 years in your life if every day you woke up and you said, I am wealthy and I make wealthy decisions? And then every action you took throughout the day had to align with that thought. Over 10 years, what would be different in your life? You know it. Now, what if you said, I am love and I live in love and light? What if that was your I am statement? That's another one of my favorites. That meant every moment of your day when you woke up, you said, I am love and I live in love and light. And so every action had to be aligned with it. You know right now, if you say in your mind, I am love and I live in love and light, and then you look at your previous week, you know how many things you did that were not in alignment with that? Now look forward. If you were to do only what aligns with I am love and I live in love and light over 10 years, what do you think your life would be? It would be that of love and light. That's what it is. Your frequency is what you frequently see, right? That's the action. Your thought will align with the action. The world is not as it is as you are. When you adjust your mind, when you put on a frequency, the world shifts because you shift your perception of it. It will always give you your perception. The world will always give you your level of frequency. So if you change your frequency, again, your frequency, what you frequently see, what you see in the world will change. You have the power to do all of this, and I am statements are one of the most basic and powerful ways there. We talk about gratitude, we talk about perspective, we talk about all of those things. But in the end, your frequency is what matters, and you can set that in your mind. The words in your mind, or that you speak out loud, aren't things, or they're perceptions of things. It's how we perceive it. When you say word, it's just a sound. When you think word, it's just a thought. But that thought means something. Meaning that thought is something, because the law of attraction says like attracts like. Or truly, like is like. So the thought is the vibration. The word is the vibration. That's why when you adjust those things, when you control those things, you create what you desire. That's why it's so powerful to control what people think. If you can control what people think, then you can make them create the experience that you desire. That's not what this is supposed to be, but the laws of the universe are the laws of the universe. You are what you are. That can't be shifted, whether that's used for good or bad. That's why you have to take your power back. So change your life. Pick the I am statements that level you up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It'll keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.